So I'll ask all of you to start with the session. Shubham and Krishna and Murali.
So we'll start with Shashi. Shashi, it's over to you for the Sneh NGO.
Yes, thank you very much, Shubham, Krishna, and all the participants here. And I am very much thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to join this exclusive forum. So, just a brief introduction about what Snehalaya is and how what we are doing. So, Snehalaya is a NGO, and it is based in Ahilyanagar, that is previously known as Ahmednagar in Maharashtra district for women and children. So, can you move on to slides? Yes. Next slide. Yeah. So our philosophy is every woman and child should have a right to life free from inequality, cruelty, and discrimination. That's what our baseline is. So it was Snehalaya was founded in 1989, and now almost 36 years old organization, and we are working with different type of beneficiaries. Can you move ahead? Yeah, it was founded by Dr. Girish Kulkarni. He started this NGO at the age of when he was 17 years old, and he started this NGO. He started with two children. Now Snehalaya has grown into a big tree. It has got 25 different. Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. So our services include rehabilitation, health, education, and awareness. That's what our brief segments where we work with these beneficiaries. And we operate in Ahilyanagar, Pune, Bhajinagar, that is Aurangabad in Maharashtra, and a few other districts around Ahilyanagar. Can you go ahead? So our beneficiaries includes predominantly our work started with the sex workers, trafficked women and children. So that was our beginning of the Snehalaya. Now we work with them also, and apart from that, any children, any women who are part of would be stressed or maybe they are part of trafficking. We are helping them. So we have got a different type of projects uh, which we worked on to provide the services to these different type of beneficiaries. So this includes orphans, semi-orphans, children of sex workers, unmarried, unwed mothers, even child laborers. So all these sections, MGM, LGBT community, that is also part of our community where our beneficiaries. Can you move ahead? So we have got a service model developed based on the different type of beneficiaries, what type of services we are offering. So overall, the projects are divided into two segments. One is shelter projects and another is non-shelter projects. Shelter projects are those projects where beneficiaries are living with us in our different rehabilitation centers or different shelter homes. And non-shelter projects where beneficiaries are not staying with us, they are staying it in their home, but we are providing different type of services to them. So we have got a 9 different projects which we call it as shelter projects. So why these different projects? Because there are different type of projects. So there are one project called Snehankur for newly born babies. Then we have got a shelter home for 350 children who is from the age of 1 to 18. They are staying with us. Similarly, one project is for girls. So likewise, we have got a 9 shelter projects, and 16 non-shelter projects include school. We have got a school. We have got a hospital. We work in 8 slum areas in Ahilyanagar and Sambhajinagar. Then we have got a program for youth. So likewise, we have got a 16 different projects. And through these 25 different projects, we are touching almost 19,000 beneficiaries daily, and they are direct beneficiaries. So indirect beneficiaries means their family members, their surroundings, they are indirect beneficiaries. So we are reaching to multiple people through our different projects. So till now, we have served more than 2 lakhs of people in last 35 years. That's what the brief introduction about Snehalaya. Can you move ahead? So one of the initiative is our Sneh Vidhya Sahayog. So this is what we are done because we are working with children. So when they grow up, they want to study, go for the higher education, but due to their poor background, they cannot afford their fees and other things. So what we thought that, okay, why not to have a scholarship program for such children who are not financially good, or they don't have financial sound background. So we start 3 years back, we started with this Sneh Vidhya Sahayog program. Until now, we have distributed more than 3 crores of rupees to different children, different students for higher education. So more than 200 students are currently benefited from this. And this process was manual because this was open for all, uh, mm, from anywhere from Maharashtra you can apply for this. But we have defined certain process where there is a certain kind of a scrutiny we will do first, then their interviews, then home visits, and then the expert opinions. So all these stages where we are doing manually, and it was consuming a lot of our time. So we were thinking of having some kind of automation where all the things will be consolidated at one place and we can integrate our process flows there. So that's where the Xebia team and OutSystems has helped us in coming up with the this unique solution. So what we have done, because previously it was a manual system, it was consuming our resources because collating all the data together, then scrutinizing them, because a lot of applications were coming, and then to select the right candidate, it was a quite a task by itself, and there a lot of manpower was required to do this all kind of things. Now with this system, we have reduced, it has helped us in achieving good efficiency. Can you go to next slide? So one of these are the advantages what we have seen from when we started using the app. So one is easy to use and easy to manage also, because all the data which are collated at one place, we can see each application stage, at what stage they are, where it's in beginning stage, it's interview is pending, home visit is pending, what is the current stage, so that we can easily track the application through entire life cycle. So that has reduced our lot of time. Then transparency in the process. So there is no ambiguity is there, because there are different people responsible for different stages. So they have to do their own job, and once that is completed, then it moves to the next level. So there is a complete transparency how we are doing this, because for home visit, people are going to the remote places in the Maharashtra to their home and to see where their real financial condition, to check the authenticity also. So the out system and helped us in with the mobile app also, so that the person who is visiting, or volunteer who is visiting that candidate at home, he can fill up that form from that place only, take the photographs and upload it. So automatically that report gets uploaded in the system, and the administrator knows, okay, this task is completed. So that has really helped us in a lot, in a very beautiful way, where we can save our time and the effectiveness has improved. Then, of course, as processing time is reduced, because now candidates can directly apply through our website, and the data comes to this system. So we know how many people have applied. We know what is their current status. So everything is now visible on a centralized dashboard. So that is very much helpful. So with this, we are able to reduce the manpower required to process this entire thing. So some HR cost is also reduced for NGO like us, where each and every rupee is coming from the donors. We are very careful about spending the things, and any extra manpower is a cost to the NGO. So this has helped us a lot. And of course, the role-based access, where typically whatever software applications nowadays are having. So security, data privacy, all these aspects are very well covered in this Vidya Sahayog app. So I'm very much thankful that they have understood our requirements properly, that they have designed the system, and which is very, very user friendly. Because the people or the users who are using it, they are not techno savvy people. But when we are shown the demo, the training was conducted, they were so happy. It's very easy to use. So that was the first, because unless and until users are satisfied, no application can be a successful application. All the users are very much satisfied, and they are very keen to use that. So now we have started using this application from this academic year, and we are getting a good amount of data now is getting filled into this application. So that's what about Snehalaya and about this application. I think technically Shubham and Krishna can elaborate on this part very well. But I'm very much thankful to you all for doing a fantastic job, and rather helping using the technology to serve the society. So this is a very unique initiative, and I'm sure that many NGOs will get benefited, because I've seen, since I'm working with the NGO field for a long time, and there is a big gap where NGOs can adopt this technology to serve the in a better way. So if we promote it in a right way, I think many NGOs can get benefited. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for giving me this platform to explain everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shashi, firstly, for the opportunity and for the very nice introduction. And we are very, very proud of this moment. So, Neha, maybe you can stop sharing. I can very well share my screen. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for being present. So, this part of the session is majorly about what we did as part of Sneh Vidhya Sahayog. What did we develop? And how our interaction started with Shashi from Snehalaya, and some of the special facts about this initiative that we took last year. I would like to start with this one recognition or a fact about this application, Sneh Vidhya Sahayog, which is among all the participations that happened in the Build for the Future Hackathon 2024, the only application that went live is Sneh Vidhya Sahayog. Although we did not win, our application, whatever we built, it is now in production. It is now being used by such a large NGO like Snehalaya, and it is benefiting. Although the count could be less, say hundreds or tens, I'm not sure of the count, but it is being utilized by the volunteers of Snehalaya, by different students who are looking for scholarships, and the scholarship committee, the volunteers of Snehalaya. So that itself, by the way, is my voice clear to everyone? Okay, great. So that itself is the highest milestone that any team can achieve via this initiative built for the Future Hackathon. And I would also like to extend my gratitude to OutSystems for the platform and for the initiative, or for the initiative like Built for the Future Hackathon. Now, the next part is, how did we start, or how did we get to know about Snehalaya? The answer is via Shubham. So, firstly, yes, while sharing about my experience with Build for the Future Hackathon, I've been participating in this initiative ever since it started, ever since 2021. The first year, OutSystems themselves gave us an NGO to support. The nonprofit for which we worked was Strength United, which was a US based NGO. And we built something, but there were many teams building for Strength United, and Strength United had to pick the best team. So unfortunately, we weren't the winners then. The second year, again, we participated. Unfortunately, we did not have a non-profit to support. But the third year, in 2024, with Shubham's assistance, we got to know about Snehalaya. We got in touch with Shashi and team, Shashi, Preeti from Snehalaya. And then our Build for the Future hackathon journey started. One thing that I would like to recommend everyone who is planning to participate in Build for the Future hackathon is, try your best to bring in a nonprofit. The reason being, I saw a huge amount of difference between the hackathon that I participated in 2023 and in 2024. In 2023, we had none. We were not supporting any non-profit. We were just participating in the hackathon. So we just built an application. There was no drive. There was no motivation. We had deadlines. We submitted it, but I would say it was a very mediocre submission. We did not have the drive majorly. But in 2024, once we had a non-profit being part of our team, we had the motivation that somebody else is going to use this application, right? Somebody is going to really benefit from this initiative, right? And with the constant follow-ups that we got from Shashi, more than winning the hackathon, the motive was to make this app or move this app to production. That became our ultimate motive. So even if you come across all the I'm going to definitely share my screen and show the Sneh Vidhya Sahayog app. But be it the UI and everything, the motive was how will it be like Shashi rightly said, right? The motive was easy access, right? More than the scoring part of the hackathon, it majorly was what Snehalaya wanted. So whatever they had wanted, it was there in the application. And be it the theme color, be it the way the forms were designed, right? It was majorly their preference. And I'm really very happy that the app is finally live. And yeah, so I can't wait to show you the application. So let me share my screen real quick. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, Krishna.
Yeah,
Oh,
who is this guy?
oh, yeah. I'm really very sorry about the funny wallpaper. Okay, so firstly, I would like to introduce the team. It's me. Then we have Sara, who contributed in designing the entire Snehalaya application, both the mobile app as well as the web app. Then we have Shubham, who took care of almost every part of the technical development without systems, all the facets of development. And also, he acted as the tech lead plus the mediator between Snehalaya and Xebia. Then Murali is our AI expert. So every AI functionality you shall be seeing in the application is built by Murali. And lastly, we have Nanda, who converted all the designs to an actual UI application. Or sorry, it's not UX UI designer. He was our UI developer. Plus, he was also a backend developer. Okay, coming to the flow, I'm not going to explain this flow chart. I'll be showing everything to you via our submission recording that we have that we shall be playing in some time. So, what is this application on a high level, right? So, if I am a school student, I have completed my schooling and I would like to apply for scholarship. I am from a family with very limited means, so I need help financially, right? Then what I had to do was this was the initial process where I had to get this application form from Snehalaya. I had to fill this form by myself with a pen and I have to submit it to Snehalaya volunteers. Once receiving this application, Snehalaya volunteers will validate it, will verify if the information provided by me is true. If there are any mistakes, they may have to call me or they may have to email me or not sure of the means. They have to, reach out to the candidate and they have to get the information corrected. Once the information provided here is validated, then they will be submitting it or taking this application ahead, be it with interviews or be it with aptitude test or background verification, right? Imagine filling a form, and as a volunteer, I have to go through hundreds of forms like this on a daily basis. Imagine there is a mistake happening, okay? There is an email ID asked, but it's not an actual email ID being filled, right? So, as a volunteer, I'll have a hard time in dealing with these many number of applications. And what if I lose this paper? Right? And what if there is a mistake happening? What if I have to reach out to the candidate? And what if this candidate is from a very remote area, be it any tribal area or any remote area where he or she does not have very uneasy access to mobile phone or cell or a computer, right? There are many things, right? Doing things manually, it's going to take a very, very long time. And that is what the problem that Shashi came up with, which is we are doing everything manually. Is there a way to automate it? That is when we built Sneh Vidhya Sahayog application for Snehalaya. So what you see in front of you is nothing but the design for every screen that was built for this web application. Just not going to go there. I'll quickly play the application to all of you. 1 minute. Is the audio of the video audible to everyone? Neha?
No, I guess, Krishna. No,
Okay,
it's
fine, fine, fine.
No.
1 minute. Okay, okay, done. 1 minute. So I'll just share YouTube. Believe okay, I'm sharing this. Okay. Okay. I believe my screen is visible and also my voice is clear to everyone, right?
Yes, Krishna.
Let me check. Yeah, okay, I see that. Okay, fine. So, as part of our hackathon submission, we have a web application, we have a mobile application, and it was built by the team of 5 people. Now, this was whatever the video you are seeing, right? It is the final submission that we did for the Build for the Future hackathon. So, whoever is participating, you may have to submit a 5 minutes video. They are very, very strict about the duration of the video. Whatever that is shown beyond the 5 minutes will not be considered for the competition. So, yes, the first application or the first part of the Sneh Vidhya Sahayog app is a web app where anyone can log in with their Google credentials, with their Google account. As a student, I log into Sneh Vidhya Sahayog web application. I fill my personal information, my educational information, my course information. Okay, so the first part is about me, about my personal information like my address, my phone number, my personal email ID. Then the second information is about my educational qualification, right? What was my score in my 10th and 12th and 11th, whatever that is relevant. Then if I have to appear for PG, then my UG scores. So I'll be filling all the educational information. And the next part is about the course I am planning to study, as for which I'm seeking scholarship. Okay. So in this form, we will be filling the course level information. One other important or one other insightful feature that we had added in this particular form is whatever the college information you enter, right? When if you name the college and if you click on get college review, I'm really very sorry about the low resolution and I can't zoom in the video either. So really very sorry about that. But when somebody clicks on get college review, an API is triggered and it will tell you what is the overall review about the college that you just gave in the college text box, right? Not just this, even in the first form that where the student fills in the personal information, yeah, where the student fills in the personal information, we have data validations added already. Okay, be it for contact number, be it for email address, right? So let me quickly move on. So now that I have filled this, I won't take a long time, guys. I'll just take 2 more minutes. So please be with me. Okay, so so this form is entirely meant for what I am going to study and why should I need the scholarship? Why is it really important for me to complete this course? Right. So once I'm done filling this information and once I'm done getting the overall review about my college, it's time for me to upload all the ID proof documents, my Aadhaar card, my PAN card, and my mark sheets. Right. So once I'm done, I'll be doing an e-signature. After this, when I click on next, a validation will happen to compare the Aadhaar number, the PAN number, whatever I had entered in my personal information section. I'll be verifying if it is the same as the one that is there in the ID proof document I uploaded. Unfortunately, in my case, it's not, there is a difference. The address is different, the PAN number is different, the date of birth is different. So automatically the validation is done by the application. So what it does is it's time for the applicant or the student to change the details in the personal information form and then resubmit it. So I went back to personal information. 1 minute, let me pause the video. So I went back to personal information. I submitted my form. I changed the details and then I came back and I resubmitted my form. And that is it. Successfully as a student, I have now submitted my scholarship application to Snehalaya. Okay, so this is the student login. Next comes the volunteer login, where anyone working with Snehalaya, right? I have to review each and every application that was submitted by the students, and then I have to move these application to the next steps. So that is what the admin level application does. In the admin level, as soon as you log in, you will see a dashboard with the number of submissions, the ones that are in progress, right? Monthly, weekly stats. You'll see all of it. Then, if you click on view applications, you will be able to see all the applications that are received from many students. And you will see Murali's application with which we saw the student login demo quite a while ago, right? So I'll open Murali's application. I'll quickly review whatever Murali had submitted, be it his ID proof documents, be it his personal information, the course information, right? So at once I'll be able to review the entire information. And if I'm convinced with the submission, then I can very well plan the next step, which is the interview, if I'm not wrong. 1 minute. Yeah. So can you see interview scheduled is the section, interview cleared is the status that I'm updating in the web application. You'll be a little confused. So interview is something that Snehalaya was very particular conducting in person. So once an application is reviewed, then the volunteer shall be scheduling an interview, which is out of the application. Okay, once the interview is done, the volunteer will be updating the status as interview cleared. For Murali, Murali has cleared the interview, and it's time for us to fill the overall performance of Murali during the interview, right? Who took the interview? What was his score? When was the interview taken? All these information are filled, and then Murali's application is now being moved to the next step. The next step is aptitude test. Aptitude test again is conducted offline. So once Murali completes the aptitude test, once the volunteer updates the status and clicks on save, he or she is expected to fill all the information about the aptitude test that Murali had taken. Be it Murali's score, when was the test taken, right? And if there is any file that has to be uploaded, which is like Murali's performance file, they can upload it and I can save the status. After the aptitude test, it is time for the background verification. Okay, so for Murali's application, I'll be changing the status to background verification scheduled. I'll be filling the date and time of the background verification and the name of the volunteer who shall be visiting Murali's place in person and shall be doing the background verification. Okay. So once this form is filled, once this is submitted, we move to the volunteer app. This is a mobile app where any volunteer of Snehalaya, whoever is assigned with the job of doing the background verification of the candidate, right? So for Murali, I am the one volunteering, right? I am the one who has to do the background verification. I'll visit the address, okay, of Murali's, and I'll check if there is an actual person called Murali, and whatever the information that was submitted via the web application, is it actually right or not? Okay, so this mobile app is majorly meant for that. So as a volunteer, I'll see a dashboard. I'll log in via Google. Okay. Once I'm done logging in, I'll see all the testimonials about Snehalaya, our different programs, and yeah, a quick gallery about Snehalaya carousel. You would have seen a carousel. Now here in the next section is where the volunteer will actually see Murali's application. Whatever the application that was assigned to the volunteer, you'll see that. You'll see the application. You'll check the address. Once the volunteer clicks on verify, the volunteer is expected to fill this information about Murali as part of his in-person visit to Murali's place. Once it is done, and once the volunteer uploads a picture that he or she might have captured during his visit to the student's home, he or she can approve or reject this application with the necessary documents uploaded. So Murali's application has been approved by the volunteer. Now Murali's application is moved to the next step. Let me quickly pause the video. This application that you see is of the scholarship committee. So we saw a web app, then a mobile app. The third is again a web app, but it targets the scholarship committee, who are nothing but who are the leadership team. You can consider them as the leadership team of Snehalaya, who has the authority to approve or reject every application, every student's application. So once this approval is done, it means the amount is approved, okay, whatever the student had asked for. So as the committee member, I will open Murali application. Once again, I'll review the entire application. Okay. I'll also see the interview details, the aptitude test details, right? This was the document that we had submitted as part of the aptitude test. And I'll also see the background verification form that was submitted by the volunteer via the mobile app. Once I review all this information, okay, Murali had asked for say 20,000 as the scholarship committee member, I may approve say 15,000 out of it, right? So I'll just fill the dispersed amount, and then I'll click on approve. Once done, Murali shall be getting an email, a notification email saying that the nomination or the scholarship application was successful and the amount has been approved. Okay, so this is the overall application about Sneh Vidhya Sahayog that we had built. In addition to it, a candidate can anytime track his or her application via the Sneh Vidhya Sahayog web app. So as soon as the application number is provided, he or she will be able to see the status, like you guys saw. Right? Give the applicant's email ID, and you will be able to check the status. So that is all about Sneh Vidhya Sahayog. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to us very patiently. So to everyone who is willing to participate in the upcoming Build for the Future Hackathon, just two things I would like to convey. Please put a lot of efforts in finding a non-profit. And Shashi, if you have any non-profit or and if you know anything in mind or anything, so we have plans to conduct, or maybe you can, anybody who is interested to look for a non-profit, you can very well email us. We can very well try helping you out. We'll try our best. If we can't find, no problem. But if we did find, then it will be a huge thing for you, right? So we can very well help you with it. Secondly, so look for a non-profit. Secondly, yes, be very, for the hackathon, the UI is very, very important. So make sure you put a lot of efforts on the way the application looks like. So that is all from my end. Thank you so much, team. Thank you so much, Shubham, for the opportunity. So over to Murali.
Thanks, Krishna. I will quickly share my screen. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, Murali.
Yeah. So, can I go ahead with this screen? Shall you explain this, or shall I start with the AI things?
You can directly start with the innovation slide. Slide number 3. Yeah.
Perfect. It's at 24th.
Yes.
Yeah, I will. Okay, just give me a minute. I think it's this session didn't have.
Yeah, it's on the right hand side, viewing, next to viewing.
Yeah, give me a minute. It's a bit slow. There's a glitch in my system.
Okay, no worries. I'll share the screen. On.
I think now it's
Right.
sorry for the delay. Actually, I'm placing some glitch in my system. Yeah, before we start, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ வணக்கம், ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗ namaskar, savana namaskar. Hi everyone, this is a co-hosted event, so I'm just telling the welcoming message in all the 3 regional languages as well as the English. And coming back to the slides, this is the innovation we have done in our project Sneh Vidhya. So what are the things we have done is we have implemented the AI chatbot. In that AI chatbot, we can able to give the input in the form of text as well as the audio. So if you are just giving your inputs in the base of audio also, it will convert the same into the text and it will store in the database. And whatever the answers coming on the screen, you can able to hear the answers also as well. And the second thing we have done is dual AI. I will tell the what are the AIs we have used in the next screen. First, I will explain the features. So the second thing is dual AI based Aadhaar and PAN card validation. Uh, I hope you have seen the video shared by Krishnnambal. So in that, if you have noticed, means for example, if the user enters the name mistake in the name or the date of birth or some other fields, the AI will validate those fields with the Aadhaar card and the PAN card provided by the user, and it will check if any error exists, means it won't allow us to submit the forms. We need to clear those errors. It will tell the details are not matching with the Aadhaar or the PAN card, so that functionality is implemented. Then bank IFSC code based validation. For example, if you are adding the IFSC code, this API will automatically fetch the bank information. By using that, the users can able to verify whether the IFSC code entered by them is correct or not. And the fourth one is AI based summary of college reviews. So this one is while applying for the scholarship, the sometimes students may not aware about the organization. For example, the relatives will tell some colleges and the friends will tell some colleges, but they need to know more about the colleges. Means at that time, after entering the college names, if they click on the get reviews button, means AI will generate, AI will search the internet and give us the reviews about the college. What are the pros about the college and what are the cons about the college? By using that, the student can able to find the effective college for their future courses. And the fifth one is ability to capture the background verification information in areas with poor or no network connectivity. For example, the Krishnambal show the mobile app with us. So if the volunteer goes to the area where the students applies for the scholarship, at that place, if we have no network connectivity also, we are using the local storage, and the user can take the photographs and they can just upload the things in the local storage. Once they come back to the network areas, the app will come back to online and the data will be synchronized with our servers. So that's the thing is also implemented. And testimonials to the psychologically motivate students to apply for scholarships. Actually, in the app itself, we have provide the testimonials. By using that, the other students can prepare psychologically for applying the scholarships. So these are the innovative things we have done in our application. And in the next slide, we can able to see what are the AIs we can use in the application. So the first thing is I told about the chatbot. The chatbot have the audio to text as well as the text to audio features. So for that, what we have used is Azure speech to text service and Azure text to speech services. And anyway, as like chatbot is needed, means anyway one AI LLM model will be needed. So for the chatbot, we have used the Gemini. So Gemini have no restrictions and lots of token count we can use in the Gemini. So we utilize the Gemini in the chatbot. And in the Aadhaar and PAN card validations, we have used the dual AI approach, because going with one AI is sometimes there may be chances it may give us the error output. So we have used the dual AI approach. So the first AI is Azure Open AI Vision. So it will fetch the data from the Aadhaar card and the PAN card uploaded by the student. And the second one is the Cloud Haiku. It's from the AWS Bedrock. So the second AI will validate whether the user details entered by the user and the details fetched from the Aadhaar card and PAN card from the Azure OpenAI Vision. If both the things are matched, then only we are allowing the users for the next step. We already saw that in the demo. So for that, we have used the dual AI approach. And the third one, summary of college reviews. For getting the college reviews, we are using the GPT-4o mini custom model, and this one as well as the Haiku, both are from the ODC's AI agent builder. We are using the custom agent for that. We created the custom agent. So the college reviews are generated by the GPT-4o mini custom model. Here, if you see, that means we are using the three different kinds of AI services. Four different. Actually, one is Azure, and the another one is Gemini, and the another one is GPT-4o, and the another one is AWS Bedrock. We have used the four different kinds of services, and we have covered all the things. As per the hackathon, uh, during the evaluation process, OutSystem will take the AI services you are used from the AWS and the Azure OutSystem, because they collaborated with those technologies, and they itself will give you the credentials for using those services from whatever the AI services you are using from Azure and the AWS. So these are the things from the AI and we handled in our system. And I'm just pausing my session to Shubham. Shubham, you can continue now.
Thank you, Murali. Okay, so yeah. Okay, finally it's my time. So, but I was thinking majorly, yes, everyone build applications at the end, right? They submit their application in the hackathon, and then, uh, then nothing happens. The application did not move to production, but our approach was different because we got an NGO, as Krishnnambal was also saying, and we understood the cause of Snehalaya, that they want to provide scholarship to the underprivileged students. So our thought was that we have to move this application to production anyhow. So when we got the news that we did not won, like we were not in the top three place, we were little disappointed, but majorly because we were not able to move it to the production. So we were thinking about ways to move this application somehow to production, like discussing within our company and other ways. But after in 2 months, like after 2 months of the hackathon, we got a very good news from OutSystems that this last year's hackathon everyone won. Okay, so it was very good news for us. We quickly have given this news to Snehalaya team that we can move your application to production. So this was given by our systems team, that anyone who want to move their application to production, they can build their application, and our system will provide them license and server for the production environment. So we were very happy. We started working on the application again. Why started working over it? Because we built it just for the hackathon. We added cool looking AI features, which Murli has said. So it was a 7 day weekend project. But to move it to production, we have to do a lot of changes. Okay, it was not overnight. We What we did, we gathered few people from Xebia team, Sai Sweta and Chandrakant, and we had calls, and we had a call with Snehalaya team as well, consistently to understand whatever the changes that we need to do in the application to actually move it to production. So we did a lot of changes. We added a registration feature for students, so that if the student does not have a Google account, he can still register with the Snehalaya application, and email OTP verification we have added. Similarly, there were other changes also which we have done, which took us around a month of time to do all these changes. And once we feel like, okay, now our application is ready to move to the next stage, next environment, we contacted our systems team, and that time we got our first challenge. Okay, so if you are also want to move your application to production, some of these challenge you will also face. So that's why I'm highlighting them directly here. So what Sailor team wanted, that they had an Azure account, and they wanted to move the application that we have built to their Azure account. Okay, so in O11, it was possible that we can set up our systems environment or platform in a personal account. But in ODC, we don't have this feature. We have to use a Amazon account, which our system provide. So we cannot store our system's application into our personal account in ODC. So we had couple of call with Snezana and our systems team, and then we decided to stick with our system's server. So they have promised that they will give the server for the complete year, and if our application is showing traction and people are using it, they can extend it for the next year as well. So it was a relief. We were getting application, and our application was running in production. So we had that challenge was resolved like this. Then we got the second challenge. So we implemented a lot of fancy AI features, like getting college details, and the Aadhaar card validation, PAN card validation, and it was working flawlessly, and it was needed in the application as well. But Snehalaya does not have the AI credentials at that moment, so we have to disable all these features, and we have to keep only the say needed features in the application. So we have to disable all the AI features that we have added in the hackathon. So this might be happen for you as well. So if you want to move your application into the production, you have to check if your NGO has these AI capabilities or not. If not, you have to disable these features, because your aim is to move the application into the production. And without using this AI feature also, our application was working flawlessly. So we had then removed or disabled all the AI features from the application. Then the third challenge was to actually move it to the production. So when we started working on the application again, we were added to a, say, kind of public environment where all the hackathon projects were there. But when we have like connected with our systems team that our application is ready to move it to production, they have given their like a personal kind of environment to Snehalaya team, and we have moved that application to that personal environment. But that environment had some restriction. Okay, and this you have to check. Okay, so it has these restrictions, like only 300 objects are allowed, applications objects are allowed. Majorly, the major setback that we had, the major challenge that we have in this third part was external end user. Okay, so we were allowing a student to register, okay, and log in with Google. But if that will count as an external end user, so then we have to think about like again how we can manage this. So then we have removed the login functionality for student, and we have created this form as a public, accessible by everyone. But we still have to check if the student is legitimate, right? His email ID is valid or not. So in that case, we have added email validation. So again, we have to make some changes based on the environment. So first major change that we have done is to remove the login and register functionality for a student. And the second thing that we have done, because we don't have any external end users functionality here. You can see I cannot add any external end users. So when the time I add like Snehalaya's official domain to this server, all the like whoever will log into this application, be it Snehalaya's admin or volunteers, they should have Snehalaya's official email ID. Then only they will count as internal end user. So that's when we decided that since we have 100 internal users capability, we won't use Snehalaya's official domain for this project. We will still use OutSystems domain. So that's why in the fourth challenge we did not use we although we have seen how to do the DNS configuration for the Snehalaya website, but we stick with the OutSystems URL that it provides. Okay, so we are using that OutSystems URL. With this, what happens, we got 100 users say capabilities. So now we can add 100 admins or volunteers. So till this we have 100 user limit, which can count as an internal end user. Okay, so these were the challenges that we face, and after rigorous testing, we have done testing for 2-3 weeks. Then Snehalaya team has also done testing, and then we moved the application to the production. So first we have, so it was moved in two phases. First, we have prioritized the web application, the admin and the committee member phase. So we have moved that application to production, and we have seen if it is working fine or not. And then later we have moved the volunteer application on the production as well. Okay, so now the application in the production, and actually students are using it. So if you also go to this link, snehalaya.org education/scholarship, a dedicated page is there. Okay, you can read things, and then you have apply options as well. So when you click on the apply button, you will move to the Snehalaya application that we have built. So if you open this page, I'm just showing you here. There is a dedicated page available for the scholarship and all the things that they do. And we have this apply application links button here. So they can click here, and then the OutSystems application will open. So the official domain that I was saying, so we are using this domain, snehalaya.outsystems.app. We had option to change it to snehalaya.org, but if we do that, then we have to, it will count as an external user. So that's why we use this domain. And now, so because it's an internal kind of application, it's just a link for a student, so it does not matter. And from here, the student can fill their information and everything works flawlessly. Okay, so this is the Snehalaya application that we have built. But if you see the flow chart and all the things, the discussion that we have with Snehalaya team was just for this portal, not for the volunteers application. So how did we come across, like how did we came up this volunteer application? Okay, so you will be shocked, but we have developed everything, all these things, excluding the volunteer application, in just 3 or 4 days. Everything was ready for us because we started preparation early. So in our personal environment, in our OutSystem O11 environment, we started building Snehalaya application way before the hackathon started, and then we just have to move everything to the ODC environment. So we were able to do it very quickly, and we had a day to spare. So we thought that we can create a volunteer application, and we didn't need to create it from scratch. If you remember, Krishnambal was saying about that in 2023 we also participated in the hackathon, and we created an application called this Caring Hands, which was a mobile application which was for say there was no NGO available. We just created a random NGO and we created this application, and we won around seventh place on that. So same application, I had a backup of it. So what we did, we uploaded that application again, the Caring Hand application, just changed the background color and some functionality, and our volunteer application was ready. So within say few hours, our volunteer application was also ready. We changed some functionality, and with the like in the submission, we were able to submit a web app as well as a mobile application. Okay, so this is a suggestion I would say. Keep a backup of all the application that you are building in the hackathon. You don't know where you can utilize it later. Okay, so this was the Snehalaya volunteers application that we have built. And yeah, we took a lot of time. We have different say speakers, but this is it about the Snehalaya application. Now I am handing it over again to the host. Thank you so much.
Can you please share the screen, Shubham?
Yes.
Thank you guys, and thank you for Sakshi sir for brief explanation about Snehalaya, and we are truly inspired about that. And thank you for the team who worked for Snehalaya and make it live, and lots of peoples are getting profit about that Snehalaya website, and that was truly inspired for us to do some good things in this hackathon. Thank you, Shubham. Thank you, Krishna, and thank you, Murali, for wonderful explanations.
Okay. Just a second now. I'll go to the Q&A page. Yeah, but you can start the Q&A now.
Yeah, anybody is having any questions, and you can. Any doubts or any questions or anything? Shubham in chat. We are having some questions.
Okay, it's not a question, but yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, just because, as I said, we got an NGO, we were very fortunate, and so that we got motivated and we have done it. Yeah.
Any other question, guys?
Guys, the Q&A is open. You can ask question in the Q&A section. You can put it in the chat. You can unmute and ask questions. I guess Murali would be the right person to answer this.
Yeah, hi Jeet. Actually, we didn't extended any technology. Actually, all the AI credentials are given from the OutSystems end. We use those things. Apart from that, we have utilized the Gemini and GPT-4o Mini. Those are our credentials. Gemini is a free AI model, so we have used that, and we have some limitations in the GPT-4o also, so we utilize that. Apart from that, from OutSystems end, they will give the credentials whatever we want in Azure and the AWS end.
Any other questions, guys? Any other doubts?
Hi, everyone. I'm Ashok. So, can you all hear me?
Yeah, yeah, Asha.
Great. So, just wanted to know regarding this licensing of our systems ODC actually. So, did they say anything regarding how long would they be able to provide this licensing for free, or is it lifetime? How is it?
Yeah, so it was like one of our major, say, challenge about the licensing because we wanted to move it to the personal account, but they said that it will be surely valid for an year, and then if our application shows traction, it means the student register and application is working. They will plan it to move it to the next year as well. So yeah, if your application is working and it has traction, they will going to then again upgrade the license
Yeah, okay.
to the next year.
Thanks.
Okay. Any more question, guys? Okay. So we can go for picture
For a
then.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you guys know, right? We ask this in every users group session. So just if you can turn on your video just for a second, it would be awesome. We'll take a quick picture, a screenshot. Hi, Sainavya. Congratulations, you have cleared the mobile certification. I forgot to mention it on LinkedIn, but yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Shubham.
See, our certification series is helping people, so I'm very thankful about that. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
Aditya.
it helped me a lot.
Hey, Jerome. Others, guys, if you can turn on your video, will just take a minute or more. Hi, Jeet. Okay. One more spot. Okay, I guess I can take it now. Awesome. Thank you so much. The picture is done. Let me share my screen again.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of you might hear, like most of you, I believe most of you out here because of the application, but some of you are here for the swag kits as well. Okay. Yeah. So let's discuss about that. So this is like in this series we are planning to distribute three swag kits, OutSystems official swag kits, and you don't need to do much. Whatever your learnings from this session, just post, create a LinkedIn post and share. Add all the OutSystem organizers, speakers, uh, in that post, and whoever will get most like and comment in all three posts, we will going to give those swag kits to those three people. Okay, people are already participating. I can see I have like I was there and most of you guys mentioned Shubham, Dinesh, Jivita, Roshan. These guys are already have so these guys are ahead of you. You just need to create a post like this, and if you got most like and comment, we can give the sweaters to you. So this is a challenge. Okay, I guess we are with this. We are done with the session. If you anyone has any questions, anything they can ask. Otherwise, yeah, we can wrap up this session.